Today I'm actually going to be doing a review on the Kuiu Icon 1850 bag. It's a bag I've been running now for about 2 years, maybe 2.5 years. And I kind of had bounced around in bags, and so I thought I'd do a review on this one. I know it's something that you can kind of get into as a whitetail guy. If you're going to plan an out west trip, you generally want to upgrade that bag because it can make or break your hunt from everything that you read and listen to on podcasts. So I've got some experience with a couple like second level bags. I've had the Eberlestock X2, which is an internal frame bag. I've put my hands on and had experience with the Badlands 2200, which is an internal frame bag. And then I have this 1850 Icon, and I actually got this one with the frame. That's a point I'm going to get into here in a bit. And I also run the XOP Striker bag, and it's also right in that wheelhouse. This bag, obviously 1,850 cubic inches. It's stupid light. Like, it's like a 1 pound, like 8 ounces. Obviously, once you put the full kit on it, the suspension, the frame, it's like 4 pounds. But it also carries really light. You can run this bag. This is, I think, the only Kuiu bag you can run with no frame. You can run it just with the suspension that it comes with, which is like their shoulder and hip belt. Let's get into breaking down the bag from a whitetail perspective. I've had this, I think there's a lot of cool features about this bag that I really like. A couple dislikes, and just that way you as a consumer can decide maybe that bag's for me, maybe it's not, if I'm a whitetail dominant guy that maybe will flirt with some out west trips. Obviously, let's talk price, because this thing is pretty expensive. Oh, it's an investment, if you will. It's $140-ish for the bag, new, $145 for like the full kit, like the suspension and stuff. And then the frame is like another. So you're getting into this thing for at that point like $350 plus. Now, this is the most popular bag to buy used, I feel, because I think you get a lot of those guys, those guys that book that one West trip and they buy the Icon 1850 bag as a day bag. And then a year later, you see it used. I perused the Kuiu website. You can find this thing anywhere from $150 to about $250. I actually picked up this suspension with the frame and the bag for like $225 to my door. So I really stole this thing, especially if you look at the frame in there, that carbon frame they use. Why I went with the Kuiu bag? Well, now I can take this frame and this suspension and put it on any of other of the Kuiu bigger bags. So let's say I got a pack-in elk trip for a week. Well, I can buy like a 3,000 cubic inch bag and throw this on there for like maybe like, I think you can buy them bags anywhere from $150 to $250, used or new. And I've got the frame that goes right integrated right with those other bags. So I think that's a great aspect to buying this bag. The straps that it comes with, the suspension system, is top notch. You got lift loaders. The pads they put in this are really good. The back pads are the best I've had on any of the other Badlands and Eberlestock. This pad that they put here that goes against like your upper tailbone is actually pretty nice. The bag carries stupid light. I felt like my Eberlestock wasn't as good in the shoulders and just didn't carry as good. I maybe like the Eberlestock, like that external system, a little better possibly. Let's look here. Oh, it also has two really good external straps. And why this is important for a whitetail guy, you can use this to do like your final exterior layers. These clips are stupid solid. I use it a lot of times to carry one stick. You can also use it to attach your platform. I've actually carried XOP two sticks and a stand. But obviously you can rig this up to carry your saddle platform, which is becoming super popular. I know a lot of those guys are into the X2 bag, but I think the Icon can give that a run for its money. I'd love to get a side-by-side comparison, but because this thing has an internal frame, or it's got a frame and suspension, you can carry this no problem. You got to rig this up a touch better, but you get what I'm saying here. What else do I really like it? Oh, it's obviously coming from Kuiu. coming from Kuiu, it's obviously super well built. Also, you can find replacement buckles and straps and stuff if you were to break them. Oh, on the interior here in the bag, it actually has the capability to run a bladder system. Clip it in here, it slides right down here, no big deal. You basically got two main pockets. This is kind of your big guy, and then you've got two zip ups that come here on the inside that are, enough to stick a few small items of gear. The external small pouch guy is nice because it does have a little zipper guy to separate some things. So if you wanted to jam your car keys in a small area to not lose them, you can. Exterior straps work good. I think this is built for a tripod and spotting scope or a water bottle. This is kind of your dump pouch. There's no organization here. Everything just flows to the bottom, which as a tree stand hunter kind of sucks. Like this pouch is a little limited. If it had some stuff that like held it upright, you could utilize it way more. Let's get into some of my negatives to the bag. It has limited interior pocket stuff. You just have the two here. So organization as a whitetail hunter is key. I feel I really like my XOP striker bag, even though it's not built like a Kuiu, you know, but it's got a lot of nice little pockets for rangefinders, binos, and you know, your tow rope. And so it keeps me a little better organized. I feel like if this had 3 or 4 small pockets here instead of this one dump pouch, it'd be a little better whitetail bag. The water bottle holder. This is my, I don't know if this is built for like a water bottle, a little Nalgene, but when I have this bag on, I have trouble reaching back here and like dislocating my arm to get to my water bottle. I don't know if it's because it sits further back. I have no idea, but I can't get to it as easily as I want. Interior space. Obviously, this bag says it's 1850 as far as size, but I don't feel like I get all that space in here. Dump a few trail cameras. It just fills up quickly, I feel. My XOP striker bag is 1,700 cubic inches, and I feel I get way more jam it in there space in the main compartment. So that is something to note. As far as a true whitetail pack, I think it does a lot of things well, but I don't think it does everything great. I think if Kuiu said we want to design a whitetail pack, they would obviously they would knock it out of the park. My biggest thing is really just this exterior organization, and then to get to those pockets in a tree stand, like for me to get to my interior pockets, like this thing wants to fall over and you're liable to lose shit out of your 20-foot tree stand. So that's kind of the pockets are not designed for the whitetail guy, and in my opinion I could use a couple more small pockets. That's my biggest drawback. I think for the price you can get into this bag, it's a win. I think for the fact if you're going to go west and you want that bag that can be like a scouting tree stand bag here for your whitetail hunts, but knowing you're going to go west once a year, I think that's a really good option. You get a much better bag than say your X2, because you can put a carbon frame on this, you can put bigger bags on this. The other thing to note is this does have the ability to essentially separate this bag from the frame and use it as like a meat shelf pack out frame. Essentially you undo a couple of these straps, and I actually plan to use this to help pack out deer in the big woods from now on when I really don't want to drag. But essentially you break this down and you can separate space, and I'll add a photo of how that looks. But you can work your game bags or your carcass or whatever in between you, and that keeps that weight closer to the body, which is very important. I even know some guys have run this system with a tree stand between the bag and the suspension system to keep that weight closer to the body. Actually, I think Josh Profit does that, and he's a pretty notable public land guy. So yeah, that's I think that's all my notes here for the 1850 bag. Like I said, I just kind of have that whitetail perspective in mind for this bag, but the fact it can double over for your Western trips, that is a nice added bonus. Thanks for watching.